Every guy watching this has tried to specifically target lower belly fat at some point, whether that's an ab workout, specific diets you've read about, or cutting stress because you've read somewhere that cortisol makes you store fat in your stomach. But all of this just left you more confused and feeling like losing that fat is borderline impossible. In this video, I'm not going to give you another scientific breakdown of the alpha-2 and beta-2 receptors or why your body preferentially stores fat in your abdomen. I'm going to give you the actual reason, which is far simpler, and what you actually need to do. To lose fat from your stomach, you have to lose it everywhere. There is no simple way around this. No protocol, no exercise selection, no sleep hack that pulls fat from one specific area. The lower belly is simply the last place it comes from, and that means the work and patience required is more than most people are willing to commit to. Men naturally do store a disproportionate amount of fat in the abdomen. Yes, your arms lean out, your face changes, and your chest looks better, but your stomach always almost looks identical. This isn't your metabolism failing or your genetics working against you. It's just the reality of where you're storing it and the order your body burns it. The visual difference in your midsection requires far more total fat loss than most guys expect, and that gap between expectation and reality is where most people give up. So you're probably saying, okay, cool, but what do I actually need to do then? The quick and easy answer is you need to spend long enough in a significant enough deficit for a tangible and visible difference. Not a couple of weeks or a month where you're good Monday to Friday. We're talking about a sustained committed period where you are genuinely losing around 1% of body weight per week and not stepping off the gas. And this is where most people fail. They set expectations too high, they don't fully commit to the process. Realistically, 2 days of eating at surplus can undo 5 days of discipline. You can't afford to half commit to this process and expect to see your lower abs. Here's what I don't want you to do, okay? Build a plan so aggressive you burn out in 3 weeks. Most people hate cardio, so don't do a ton of it. Walk more, hit 10,000 steps, do activities that don't feel like part of a fat loss plan. Play a sport, take the stairs, stay active in ways that don't require willpower. Reduce food instead of piling on hours of cardio you'll ultimately resent. The goal is to build a structure that you can hold for long enough to actually see your stomach change. And unfortunately, that takes a long time, not just a couple of weeks, and it has to be something you can actually maintain and tolerate. And to make sure things are moving in the right direction, there are 3 markers you need to track as a non-negotiable. Body weight daily, weekly photos in the same lighting, same time of day, and most importantly, your waist measurement. Your waist is the #1 signal. Body weight fluctuates constantly based on digestion, water intake, bowel movements. Photos can look wildly different based on lighting and time of day, but your waist measurement taken consistently will tell you the truth about what's actually happening. If your waist is going down, you're winning, even if the scale and the mirror aren't cooperating. Getting visible abs is a genuinely painful process, and it's made significantly more painful if you approach it half-heartedly. There's a reason the average person is overweight. Realistically, they know what to do, but being in a consistent deficit for months with no cheat meal, minimal alcohol and a disciplined routine is hard. People who get there are not the ones who found some secret. They're the ones who stopped treating fat loss as an inconvenience and started treating it as a challenge they were fully committed to. The frustration you feel when progress is slow almost always comes from that half-heartedness, from being 80% in and expecting 100% of the results. So be very strict. Stop thinking about balance for a season. Embrace it as part of who you are right now, not something you're just suffering through. So to summarize, lose fat everywhere, stay in the deficit long enough, track your waist and commit fully. There's nothing complicated about the theory. The only question is whether you're willing to do it for long enough. If this helped, drop a like and subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel more than you think. And if you want the full breakdown of how I structure this for clients, I've left a link to my free course in the description.